10 seconds. 10 seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we are back again with yet another matchup, and this time it's actually Xenagogue versus Fluffy. For those of you who don't know Fluffy, they are basically El Cartel Division 2. Big Face was not able to make Division 1. That's why you can see him here right now. And also he likes also Super Saiyan. But yes, and thankfully today we actually have the full house. We have our Shango commentator present, and we also have the fan favorite Stew. So starting with Shango, can you say hi to your fans?
Ladies and gentlemen, it's nice to have you back on the channel with us. We're going to have a lovely match tonight. Over to you, Stu.
Hi everyone. We are back again with another lovely matchup between El Cartel D2, which I'm actually just finding out that I'll have to apologize to everyone that assumed I actually knew stuff about this game. But yeah, we have Xenagogue versus Fluffy today, and I wonder why my goat's big face is actually not in D1. Do you have any thoughts or insights into why that happened, Davis?
Well, it seems a lot of people have actually seen the light and discovered, just like I have, that he's a bit of a fraud when it comes to big games. So they would rather not leave him on the spotlight. But let's not go too deep into that because that is a sore history that I don't want to relive at the moment. So focusing on the game that we have right now, we have the lobby bans, and I didn't even get everyone that was banned in the lobby right there. But I believe I saw Grok and Yuzhong. Um, but I guess I will have to check and rectify
Joy Nathan.
that. Okay, so I think Grok, Yuzhong, Joy, and Nathan, if I heard that correctly.
Your team is
So
banned.
now to the main lobby bans. The first ban on the list is actually
Thorns
CC.
remain.
So
Your
what do you
team
think
is
of the
banned.
current state of the picks and bans so far in this tournament, Shongo? I don't know. Do you prefer to call Shongo or should I stick to Emmy?
Yeah, just stick to me. Uh,
Okay.
Nothing really out of hand yet, apart from the Nathan ban. I don't think there's any other weird ban out there. Just
Your team
CCA.
is
We
banned.
have Gators ban coming in from Xenagogue. So probably they're going to be going with some backline picks. And we have the second to the last pick coming in from Fluffy.
Yeah, indeed. So someone actually corrected me on the charts. They said the four bands are Grok, Yuzhong,
I will
Fred,
choose my
and
own
Nathan.
path.
Your
That Joy
team
was
is
not
picking.
banned.
Only love
So,
and night
Your team
are
uh,
is picking.
everlasting.
so for the last bans on both sides, Scattered, and it's interesting that Fluffy would choose to ban a lot. That is
I,
probably a respect ban
Minotaur, will
to
finish off
Absolution
what was
right there.
left
But
undone.
still, what are you thinking of this Cillian first pick as it stands now?
Your team is picking.
Um, right now, I am, like I said, it seems we're going back to our roots with the Nigerian meta. Seeing a Sicilian pick coming in the first phase, I know in the previous game, I think between the Shinigami and what was the other team? I can't remember right now, but like yeah, between Shinigami and Otsutsuki, we were seeing the Sicilian being banned and picked in the first phase as well.
It's my
So yeah, it
way
is
or the
pretty
highway.
interesting. And the game between
Your
Kogeki
team is
Dantai
picking.
and um, El Catel last night as well, we also saw a Sicilian being banned in all those phases. So like looks like we are actually going back to our roots here with this Sicilian pick. And yeah, it is well followed up by that Hayabusa pick because we all know that the immobile backline
Your team
heroes
is
like a
banned.
Sicilian and even an Ixia are actually suspected to Jesus Christ, are actually easy to be picked off by this Hayabusa with the quad shadows followed by the Oigi Shadow kill. But right now I am liking this Yuzhong pick from Super Saiyan as well as this glue pick from Absolution.
Time to drop
And I'm
the beat of
wondering
the
if they're
clock.
gonna
Team
actually
is
go
banning.
for a mage like Vexana, maybe kind of cancel out any potential assassin picks, someone that can just, snuff out the dives in the bud, but as well as counter that glue pick. So, but what are you thinking about that, Emmy?
Pain is the proof that I'm
I
still
think we're just
alive.
seeing a basic Nigerian draft. Some people pick backliners and some people respond with divers. We have the Yuzong and the Yabusa being an answer to the Sicilian, and the Yuzong being an answer to the Ixia. I don't know how Absolution plans to play these glue, but we should expect some kind of pro gameplay from him because he's the star of the show
Hope will
when it comes
find
to
a way. Your
Xenagogue.
team
And
is
just like you
in a
said,
quest for
there's the
more.
Vexana pick coming in from Fluffy, to counter any assassin pick coming in from Xenagogue's jungle. What do you think of this, Davis?
Um, before I even give my opinions on that, someone just pointed out and reminded us that Yuzhong was actually part of the bands, and we see Fluffy
Oh,
actually having that in their roster right now. They probably forgot. So it's going to
oh.
definitely be a long night for them
My tail's
when they
been itching for
eventually
a
get
real.
that brought
Your
to their
team is
attention.
picking.
But yeah, I actually wanted to say something about Stu while he was stumbling, but I won't I don't want to do my bro like that. So I'll just let that slide for now. So but yeah, when the
Yuzong
game
pick
start,
on.
let's let's see how that will go. Um
I think
Hmm.
if Yuzong was actually banned in the lobby, that is a game loss for Fluffy right now. So
yeah,
Xenagogue have 1-0 over them right now. I don't know if the ref is going to notice that and is going to, do the necessary pauses for a restart. I don't know how that's going to work out, but let's hope that it does. And if it doesn't, we will have to be tagged in the WhatsApp.
yeah, my game just keeps crashing right now. So I think I'll have to restart it and see if it's better. So hold on 1 minute. Let's see if I can. It's probably bugged
I
out
also
right now.
have to add that the Hanzo pick coming in from the side of Xenagogue here is actually a pretty interesting one because,
Yeah,
the Hanzo actually will be able to deal with Avexana, unlike other assassin junglers that would kind of suffer when they're diving in because the Hanzo is in his ghost form. He can always just come in, immune the Terrify for the Vexana with his skill
yeah,
2 and just do some damage while he has a very low cooldown to be able to engage again at a later time. So yeah, the Hanzo pick is is a good one in my opinion. But I wonder what's going on. It seems like there is has been no response or even a restart request from the side of Xenagogue. They're just playing on. So yeah, I'm gonna actually check with in the chat to see what's going on. But
okay,
Emmy, over to you.
I think for now, we're going to let Stu do his job and probably tag the ref in the GC so that I can be notified. I don't know if Yuzong was actually bad. I'm not totally sure. That's why I'm not pushing right now myself. But we have a bit of a slow start here, no first blood
yeah.
yet. And,
And I
and I think
think
we have a
Xenago,
bit of a gank here in the bot lane.
yeah, they were requesting a pause request. That was actually from Xenagogue right there. So I don't know if that is in light of the pick, contested ban pick, if it is in light of that or if it's actually network issues that they are facing right now. So let's quickly see if we can actually confirm this just to make sure that the bans are actually correct.
I think. Let's see. Hold on a sec.
Okay, so coming in from
Yeah.
Raiden.
Okay.
Yuzhong was not banned
Yeah,
in
it
the
was not.
lobby, so
It was not. It was
we're good.
actually Joy. Joy was there
Hey,
last
I was
time.
correct.
Yeah.
So what was the
Yeah.
person that told you that? Told you that? Right.
It's probably someone who got mixed up in the chat. So it was Grok,
Time
Nathan,
out. In
Fred,
2 minutes,
and
time
Joy.
out to that person in the chat.
Wait, did they ban Joy in game and in
They
the
also
lobby?
banned.
Then
Yeah,
that's a
I'm
level.
like,
That's a level
Hmm.
they
of
really don't want to
respect
have joy in
banning.
their lives, man.
Yeah, zero joy.
Whoa,
Zero
whoa,
joy
pause.
indeed. Yeah, okay. So now that that is confirmed, at least that gives us a little bit of consolation now, and I think we can now focus fully on the game and not remain distracted by that little bit of information that was not quite confirmed. So, with the picks currently, do you guys have any favorite between the two teams? Let's start with you, Emmy.
I would say that there are actually two fights going on right now. One is Hanzo on Yuzhong in his ghost form, and one is bot lane that seems to have been cancelled out. And ooh,
First
Oh
blood.
oh
my
no, it's
goodness.
actually try rename card that falls there to that Yuzhong under the tower. And okay, yeah, sorry.
The
Back to the predictions, right? Let's go with the caster curse. What are your predictions for who's gonna get this first total?
Uh, right now, I don't think Xenagogue is even trying to contest for the torso. Oh, okay.
Red
I
team
think they
has
are.
slain the turtle.
Ooh, but looks like the Eternal God is going to go on to the ghost form of trial card. Nero being caught by that grab. He's trying his best to survive, but the Revitalize coming in from Pula to try and help him survive. But the Oigi Shadow Q going to help him to at a sliver of HP. He's able to ult the creep and escape the grab from Absolution.
Yeah, while all that was happening, Big Face actually got an off-screen kill on Kun in the mid lane. It seems they were focused on him while Absolution was doing his best just to harass Nero in his own jungle. So it's a pretty comfortable lead for Fluffies right now. They're actually looking pretty good right now with that two kills secured and the total. But an interesting thing to note is that Xenagogue still somehow have the gold lead, Emmy.
Ooh, but the Tsunami Slam followed up by the ult from Toby, and it's Pula that's going to fall there, and Big Face actually going down from that Hanzo. Like we can see the Hanzo pick playing out in real time.
Actually, I would like to say that I'm favoring Fluffy's side of the drafts, but it comes down to execution. Because if they don't execute it well, they're going to have a problem dealing with this Anzo. And this Anzo is only 110 KDA right now, not really much of a threat, but it's definitely going to scale up, and it's definitely going to be all over the map, getting kills left and right. So they need an answer for that, which is probably the Yuzong and the Claude and the Ayabusa. But let's see how that works out.
Indeed, we'll have to see how it works out. I think right now Fluffies are doing their best to get proper control of this total area so that they can get a favorable position for the total and preferably also get the total kill. But we see that big tsunami snap coming and the full barrage used by Toby to get that kill on Super Saiyan actually, and we see that double kill actually. But rename card comes in as well as Kun, and they get three members down. Fluffy's managed to secure the total, but I don't know. I don't know if I'll call that a favorable trade for them. I mean, I don't know. From what I just saw, I don't think that was a good trade.
Red team turret has been destroyed.
Is anyone still with us on the call? Hello? Can anyone hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay.
Yeah, it seems that Emmy might be having some network issues right now. But yeah, that was kind of went in the favor. Oh, but look at that tsunami slam onto Puller again. Atete not giving him any
Oh,
chances, and the full barrage followed up by the follow-up in rename card gets him in the backhand. The Oigi Shadow Kill not gonna be enough to do enough damage. They flicker out of there. Absolution catching on to Nero, and he gets him with that grab. Ooh, but the
yeah.
petrify combo from Super Saiyan to shut down Toby. Rename
Whoa, look at that
cards going for
sidestep.
Baze. The grab onto Super Saiyan as well. He's trying his best to enter into the tower, but it's a killing spree for Kun. And Big Face would actually survive with his life as Absolution tries his best to even get more kills out of this fight.
That was very, very well played from both teams. Actually, I actually have to give commendation for both of them. But it seems like Xenagogue still somehow got away with a preferable trade in that little scuffle right there. But let me not forget that little sidestep by FaZe to dodge out that ghost from rename card to make sure that he doesn't get taken down quite as easily. But Absolution just being an absolute menace right now. Um, sitting on everyone that he can find, just trying to put his bomb on their faces. I don't know what is going on with him, but something is really, really wrong somewhere. But indeed, Fluffies will need to look for a way, find a solution to this problem, give him a sit cushion, or just one way or another keep using their faces to give him a sitting place too.
Ooh, but looks at the Eternal God will fall onto Absolution here. He has to recall because he's very low on HP. Super Saiyan in the background, able to shut down Kun. He's followed by the kill onto Absolution, and it's going to be a double kill in favor of Nero. But ooh, the full barrage not going to be enough. Toby trying his best to heal here. He does secure the kill to pull up, but at what
Oh,
cost? It's
what just
five
happened?
people down on the side of Xenagogue.
Wiped out.
One body after the other. Fluffy and not fluffy. They are hardcore and have secured a wipeout.
We have a
That's
wipeout on our hands. I don't know how that happened or how that came to be. But just like I said, they need to fix their execution on the side of Fluffy, and they were able to do that. You can see that in the flawless team fight that happened, and we have an engager in bot lane.
Oh, looks like an
yeah.
engage onto Nero here. The full barrage followed by the flicker is not going to be enough as he escapes to the quad shadows.
Yeah, I think one of the contributing factors to that wiped out was the exploding passive from Big Face combo on all of Glue's little minions. So that
Yeah,
probably paid a huge dividend in that matchup, and it's surprising to see just that little combo having such a huge effect. So I think Xenagogue will do very well to
Ooh,
be
a
careful of
tidal
that.
strike. But it looks like there's a fight in the top lane, but actually he will survive that.
Yeah, Nero actually came in with the quad shadow trying to get that kill secure before Rename Card could retreat, but he didn't quite land it. That is a skill that so many Hayabusa players always find hard to land, especially in very, very crucial moments like that. So he would really need to, one way or another, try to capitalize more on those chances. But we just see Rename Card constantly abusing the cooldown on this ghost form and the full barrage committed as well as the bat first. And but we see the focus on the back lines right now. Super Saiyan and Nero going to the back line while Holy Crystal takes out Absolution. That's three-man down for nothing for the side of Fluffy right now, and they have the favorable position for this Lord. But Renameka trying to pull off a miracle. He tries with his ghost ult, but it is actually not enough. That is the first Lord given to the side of Fluffy's Ebby.
just like I predicted, I said I was better. How would I say it? Tilted towards the side of Fluffy's draft. And we can
Yeah.
see how that is working out. I mean, the Claude, the Dragon, and then the Ayabusa. The Ayabusa is on a 314 KDA right now. And Claude 2 is on a 314 KDA, and they are having the time of their lives right now, and they need to be shut down for Xenagogue to have any chance. Oh, and engage, yeah. All right, he's able
Looks
to
like
escape with a sliver of his HP into the base.
Yeah, right now we can see the Lord
Oh,
marching
still.
down on the bot lane. It is not looking good for the side of Xanagogue right now because the side of Fluffy does have sufficient dive. They also have the counter pick for the glue in the form of Vexana being played by Big Face right
Blue
now.
team
But
turret
I
has
think they
been
will be able to
destroyed.
defend this Lord, at least not lose any of the inhibitor towers, but they
Blue
will
team
be
turret has
pushed
been
down to the
destroyed.
inhibitors. But yeah, right now they're just gonna have to wait for Kuhn to scale into the late game. We all know why
Yeah,
Sicilian has been the Nigerian meta for a very long time. Once he scales and they will be having they'll be relying on Atete to start one of to engage and catch maybe a Hayabusa, maybe even the Vexana, so Glue can do more of glue things,
yeah,
to just follow up by Kun and instantly burst that hero out so that they would have the advantage during the fight. But other than that, it's going to be very tough because they have multiple answers to the heroes on the side of Xenagogue here in form of the
yeah.
Yuzhong, in form of the Claude, in form of the Hayabusa. But looks like they're actually going to try to start something now. Atete
Yeah.
and they're going on to the Claude. He flickers out of there, but is he going to survive? He does activate his ultimate, and it's going to be nobody's dropping, but a lot of skills burnt. And ooh, Super Saiyan coming in here with the Black Dragon form. Looks like his focus is onto Toby the
Oh,
Petrify, and he's not gonna be surviving. There is a killing spree onto Toby, but oh, Atete
Team
catches onto
Nero has
Hayabusa,
been
and
Nero,
Nero
slain.
will drop
Nero.
to Absolution.
I really don't know what was going on in Nero's head right there. He probably didn't know the sort of threats that he was going up against. Did he just think that they were really going to allow him just to walk up to their most prized possession in their lineup just to get a kill?
Oh, but looks like Claude going on to Kun. He will retreat there, but that is a lot of HP that's chipped off. But what do you think about that fight I just played out? But oh, look at the back
Absolution.
line. Big Face being caught by Absolution. Had to burn the Purify just not to get caught by that grab. But he
Yeah.
did lose a bit of HP. And it looks like Rename Card might be going for Big Face here. But no, actually, he will be focusing onto that Lord. And it's going to be Claude that
The
secures that Lord. And
full
Super Saiyan, he will
barrage.
drop onto Tete. Hula trying his best, but to revitalize the full barrage, not going to be enough damage. Holy Crystal is still facing up
Oh.
versus Toby, and he does win. That is a mega kill. The conceal is popped up. Holy Crystal is healing from this. Will he be able to survive? He has the movement speed, but Atete is right on his tail. And he gets him with the title strike. He does not commit the full barrage, but oh, shut down onto Holy Crystal, and Pula
Double
will
kill.
drop next. That is a double kill, and it looks like that fight will snuff out with three down on the side of Cartel. Sorry, inside of Fluffy, and one inside of Xenagogue.
Have a very close match on our hands. The Q score right now is 14 to 14, and the gold right now is basically the same thing with just a 300 gold lead on the side of Fluffy, and they need to
Yeah.
end this fast because of that Sicilian. We have Kun on that Sicilian, a signature pick for him. He's very good on the Sicilian, though he has died 3 times right now, but the later the game drags out, the more dangerous it will become for them. I think Fluffy needs to end this very fast, and they need to find a way to do that without actually losing members so that they can push into the turrets. What do you think, Stu?
No, I do believe that that is right. If they don't find a way to end this game quickly, it wouldn't even matter that they have so much dive because the frontliners wouldn't even be able to take all that damage coming in from the Sicilian. Just one slap and a quarter HP is gone, and you're supposed to be a tank. It's like, but what's going on here? Why am I buying all this defense? But yeah, it is gonna be interesting to see how they navigate this counter pick because we saw Absolution um, play very well, starting off that fight with the engage onto big face there, and then he just had to prop that purifier. He was half HP, so he had to see that ball. Oh, look at the sanguine claws! Will catch onto big face, followed by the bat fist. Nero trying his best to scare off Kun, but the sanguine claws catches on again, but the revitalize from Pula are gonna keep him alive. Super Saiyan having to try his best to zone out the side.
Oh, wow.
Ah, but Absolution in the back line,
Oh,
securing that
oh.
kill onto Holy Crystal, while Super Saiyan falls to the full barrage of Toby. Right now, we can see the title strike, and he doesn't even commit the Tsunami Slam, the Minoan Fury being popped here, but it's only Pula left to defend the base against 5 members of Xenagogue. We're talking about the Sicilian pulled through. He didn't need the late game. He secured his team the win with one sanguine clause.
Let me just chip in
That's
right there.
why I was pointing out earlier.
Can
Sorry,
I
go
can
on,
I just
Davis.
chip in? Yes, that was not the Sicilian one. That was definitely not the Sicilian. We know whose fault that was. That was actually Big Face's fault. Once again, that issue with
Leave my
positioning
goats
right there.
alone.
No, 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 no. Let's look at this critically. He knows the threats that of that sanguine clause from the Sicilian, and he saw him right there, and he somehow still walked into it without having his teammates backing. This isn't the first time this brother stuff, and he keeps on doing it wherever he goes. He really, really needs to learn much more how to position better, especially in the late game when just a little sneeze, a little brush of air can take out the mage, which he constantly plays.
Emmy.
Oh, it seems Emmy is off now. So yeah,
Okay,
well,
well, I would say
yeah,
that that was poor positioning from the side of Big Face. He should not have been caught there. That is why it was very surprising that he did catch us off guard. And it just goes to show how one minor mistake, this is MLBB, one minor mistake can actually cost your team the game. They
yeah,
tried their best to, keep him alive, try and Hayabusa posing that thread onto the Sicilian so like he couldn't use the back claws. Super Saiyan having to pop the black dragon form, try and zone them in the background, but he couldn't just sustain all the damage coming in from so many heroes. Um, and Absolution actually just being an absolute menace in the backline and securing those kills. Securing that kill onto Holy Crystal, and and Big Face being the last person to actually die on his side, even though all of this started when he got cut off. So yeah, it is kind of like it is that kind of game. One minor mistake or one minor misstep can be the cost of the demise for your entire team, and not just yours. So yeah, GG's to both teams. It was an interesting game. It was a close one, and I'm looking forward to what we see in the next one.
indeed, indeed. Right now the teams are getting ready for that game too. So far, no roster changes from either side, so I think they should be good to go in just a few seconds. But before that, I think they should be able to comment the first phase of the lobby bans right here. And this time we'll actually do well to follow it and give our opinions and thoughts on the heroes that they will be banning and those that they will choosing to leave open. But I still can't stress enough how important it is for mages to really, really learn to position, especially in the late game. I mean, kudos to Xenagogue for actually taking the initiative right there and following up as soon as they saw that opportunity. But Fluffies had that game, and well, it ended up being a throw. So the first ban from Fluffy is going to be Fred, and from Xenagogue, that's Grok. Second ban from Fluffies ends up being Joy, and the last ban for this first phase is actually Nathan. So we have Fred, Brock, Joy, and Nathan. So we need to keep that in mind for the second ban phase. So far, what do you think, Steve?
I right now I feel that that holy crystal should be hatred. So that
Yeah,
Nathan ban is probably a targeted respect ban to keep him not playing with his comfort pick, which is the
oh really?
Nathan. And it's funny, yeah, it's funny because after the game yesterday, Absolution was like he will be perma banning Grok, and we can see that in the lobby bans now. 2 games he
Yeah,
has been put that Grok on the band. So like we might not be seeing a Grok show in a
yeah,
game where Xenagogue is being featured. But yeah, it's basically the same bands as last time. I'm not
yeah.
sure if the side of Fluffy are going to spare 2 bands for the Joy this time just to keep her on extra lockdown. But yeah, let's go
We
into the next
are
game. And we're
blue.
seeing
Red
that
team is
glue
banning.
being banned, even though the Vexana was the counter
Only
pick to
love
him
and
last time,
night
Your
and
are
team is
followed by a
banning.
everlasting.
Sicilian band. So yeah, we're way back into the Nigerian meta here. But I wonder if Emmy is back and what he feels about the band so far.
I hope Fluffy doesn't forget the Arlots from Absolution because they are banning out the glue right now. I don't know what their next ban is going to be, but if they open up the Arlot, he's definitely going to pick it up.
Your
And we have an
team is
Ayabusa ban
banning.
coming in from Fluffy's. Let's see the last ban coming in. Second to the last ban coming in from Xenagogue. Sorry about the inconsistencies. MTN is showing me figure right now because it's raining, so I don't really have much of a choice. You guys have to bear with me.
Let's hear from
So
the crowd.
we have a
Make
CC
some
ban
noise. Your
coming in
team is
from
banning.
Xenagogue, and let's see what Fluffy goes with as their first pick.
Yeah, I think both
Friends,
the
Your
fighting
casters
team is
and
countrymen,
picking.
allow me the
the
honor of introducing
chat
the
alike
Royal
would forgive
Matador.
you for the network issues because we know the country we are and the circumstances that we face. So you are pardoned for
Yeah,
now. But yeah,
thank you very much.
first pick
I,
we have
Minotaur,
that
will finish
Lancelot
off what was left
as the
undone.
first pick. I think it's interesting. I believe it was yesterday
The
that
hunt
some of the
begins.
heroes
Your
were
team is picking.
reworked. I don't quite remember if Lancelot was buffed or nerfed.
I'm
I
not
really
the
don't
only
quite
one
remember. I
bound
think
by these
Tata was
chains.
telling me something
Left.
around. Oh, he was nerfed, right?
Muscle of iron.
Your
Mm,
team is
so
picking.
it's
Yeah,
still
he
interesting.
got a cooldown
I will
and
choose
like
my
he
own
got
Your
higher
path.
team is
CD
banning.
on his
Yeah,
skill too, in the mid to late game. But it is pretty interesting seeing this Ruby pick. I believe that's going to be a Ruby gold lane, and that is a direct answer to the Lancelot. And we have that Phovius, which is probably a direct answer to the Ruby because she's going to be dashing between
actually, both of
her
them.
CC skills.
Yeah,
Pain
Yeah,
is
nah,
the
but the
proof that I'm
Alot was
still
picked after
alive.
the Phovius, which is kind of interesting. I feel that this might be a damage Alot because a damage Alot can deal with the Phovius in the early game. But I'm not very sure about a
Your
tank
team
Alot
is
and how
picking.
he would fare against the Phovius. So yeah, it is gonna be interesting to see how this plays out. If you're gonna go for a damage XP, damage golden at the same time, maybe go for a tank jungle. Or no, but Karma really does thrive on those assassin junglers. So, yeah, is anyone's bet for who he's gonna pick now? But for
My
Kun,
kiss
ooh, yeah,
Your
it is
team
a
is
tanky jungler. It is
immortality
gonna be Alice jungle
or
here,
death.
and I would suggest the Lunox pick from Big Face if he can manage it. I don't feel
This
that the
land is our
Loi would be
homeland,
able to
and it will
handle
soon
this
be our
Alice
burial
properly
ground.
because yeah, they need someone that can shred, and the immunity from the Lunox would also be pretty good versus all the CC that's coming in from the side. They have a Minotaur, they have a Ruby, and they have an Alot. Not to mention that Alice that's going to be diving in.
Where
So
there
a
is
Lunox pick
light,
would be
there
ideal,
are
Your
but nope,
also
team
they
is
lock in
picking.
that
shadows.
Loi. And yeah, this is anyone's guess for what this last pick would be. Maybe I could just go with a Fasa. Fuck the screw the Gato.
whoa,
Just carry
whoa.
the Fasa. Let's have the extra range, and YouTube would not demonetize us. Okay, we aren't even monetized yet. And yeah, back to you guys in the studio.
Yeah, and we have a
Crowned by
Zetian
Heaven's
pick
mandate,
coming in from
my
Kun, yeah.
legacy shall
So
endure.
definitely Phovius and and the Gatots and then the Lapu are going to have a hard time engaging on her because of the passive that pushes you back. I don't know how to feel about this low EP coming in from Big Face, but I hope it works out for them because if they lose this match, they are out of this series and they are going to be going to the lower bracket to face, the other people there. All right, we're going
Yeah,
into the more comfortable but considering low EP coming in from Fluffies, I think I would have to
yeah.
go with Xenagogue's draft right now. What do you think, Davies?
I would rather not indulge in any form of speculation so that we don't
Welcome
trigger the
to
casters
Mobile
cause and
Legends!
they blame me for their losses or blame any one of us for their losses. So I
5
would just
seconds
say
till the
let
enemy
the teams
reaches the
play out
battlefield.
the game as much as
Smash
they
them!
can, given the lineup that they have,
All
and
troops
let's
deployed!
see how it pans out for each of them. So this is game two, Fluffies versus it's Fluffy. I don't know why we choose to call them Fluffies. I guess they are multiple. Yeah, and they are all fluffy, so yeah, we can all call them fluffies, I guess. So Fluffy versus Xenagogue, and so far, just like yesterday, we are not having any network issues on either team, so that is pretty good. It's actually the good thing is the network issues is now on the caster side, and I think we'd rather have it that way than have players being inconvenienced by it still.
Yeah, right now I do have to like 100%, 1,000% maybe. Ooh, but looks like he is gonna
Wow.
be caught. He does survive at the last second.
Blood!
Oh, that was the first blood
What?
onto Lapu from that Ruby. What just happened? What
Don't
happened there?
know how that is possible, but it was off camera and we were not able to get how that actually happened. But I don't think anybody was lagging. Hmm, that's
Mm.
weird.
Yeah, but I do have to say the side of Xenagogue have this. This is the most disgusting draft that I have had the pleasure of commentating on. So yeah, we are in for a show. Either we see Xenagogue, absolutely show us some cinema with the synergy, or rather the CC from this draft, or we see Fluffy, just absolutely outplay the draft diff right now, because there is just so much sustain, so much damage, so much CC, so much everything. I wouldn't say so much damage, but there is a sufficient amount of damage coming in from
Indeed.
South Xenagogue here, and it's just, it's gonna be a nightmare to deal with. I would not want to be on the opposite team right now. But yeah, what do you think of? I am gonna directly lead this into speculation here. Who do you think is gonna get this first auto? But ooh, looks like it's gonna be a final slash onto
Slain!
Nero with a
Red
flicker from
team hero
Absolution,
has
followed
been
by the
slain!
Grand Phoenix call. Ooh, Fulvius trying his best to jump, but no, he's not doing enough damage to that Alice. The yin yang reaction
Red
coming
team
onto
hero has
Ooh.
been
rename
slain!
card, and he will fall in that backline. He overextended his stay, and he could have just gone for the
I think
tussle. What was that about?
yeah, I think there was a bit of overconfidence coming in from rename. Oh, final
Oh,
slash.
Ooh, but Absolution again with that final slash. Gato trying to use his AOG, but he would not be able to escape.
Blue team has
The
slain!
oh,
flicker
Ooh.
coming in from Tobio
secure.
to Nero to. But he still actually secures that tussle, even with the CC. And looks like Toby will be facing it off against Super Saiyan. It is a dash for dash, jump for jump, CC for CC. And Domino and
Blue
Fury
team hero
coming on,
has
and
been
Super Saiyan
slain!
will fall to Atete over there.
I think I can blame rename card for that turtle loss because he could have just gone for the turtle, but he probably overestimated his tankiness and underestimated the damage coming in from Xenagogue, and he got punished hard for it. They lost, the blue buff, they lost the turtle, and then they don't actually they actually have the gold lead right now with a 500 gold lead onto Xenagogue. I don't know. Oh, okay. Sorry, my bad. I don't know how that happened, but yeah, we have a bit of a gank here going on in the bot lane. I think they need to stop being impulsive and actually be more strategic with the way they engage Xenagogue. What do you think about this,
Hmm.
Davis?
Yeah, indeed. We are talking about them being strategic, but even without that strategy, they are somehow still having the gold lead. I think Xenagogue are not priests. I think they are actually involved in some sort of sorcery right now that we can't explain because how do you make sense of what is happening and unfolding before our eyes right here? So it really is mind-boggling that even with the strategic quote unquote plays from fluffies and the secures on the neutral objectives that Xenagogue still always manage to have this gold lead stew. So I don't know. Could you give us more insight on what you think they might be doing to always have this advantage?
I would like to give more insight, but it looks like there is going to be an engage onto the backline from a name card. He does pop his blood, and it's going to be another quick secure that kill. Absolution absolutely decimating with those final slash flicker combos. And that is what I was going to point out. Right now, what we are seeing is just pure XP lane machinery being carried out. Absolution coming in, using that final slash, landing it onto the juggler, helping his team secure that kill, being killed, sent back to the fountain. He respawns. He still saves the day, coming back in with another final slash. And this is why I love this Alot of a hero. And you can see this is not a tanky
Red
Alot.
team has
If we're
slain
checking
the
his
turtle.
items, it is a Fury Hammer, and it looks like he's going to be going for Hunter Strike, and that is a pure damage alert, so he's going to be killing by himself. But I also would like to point out that if you take a look at Big Face here, he's on a 211 KDA. And that's pretty impressive considering all the hates that we gave this Loi pick coming into this game. But yeah, what do you think about this, Emmy?
I would like to point out the fact that apart from Zushin, Zentan has to be up there with the mages that I hate playing against. I mean, a team fight is going on and she just ults you. She speeds up our teammates and you are just there stunned. You know, different stun coming in. For if you're clumped up together, you have like four stuns touching you at the same time. You know, and they all deal damage to you. And at the same time, we have an engage here on Absolution. Final slash is able to
Uh,
dash. I mean, just look at that.
the guy finished fall, but he is not gonna be able to fall here. He will survive with the sustain from his skill too. But looks like the fight's not over yet. Nero into the backline. Rename card. What was with these names? I'm sorry, guys. You guys have to do better. Like, change your names for goddamn well, dude. The ref in this lobby is Caltizi's trial card. Are you kidding me, man? Okay, but yeah, back to the game. Right now we can see that Absolution just being a menace even when he's being attacked, and he's not dropping with that damage alert. And it looks like we might be seeing an invade here. But no, it's actually just going to be the creep. But they might be collapsing onto this mid lane tower. No,
Yeah,
looks like that's gonna snuff out. Yeah, but what do you think about this, Davis?
yeah, I think they are just doing the best that they can to poke and reduce the HP of Fluffies as much as they can to dissuade them from contesting this turtle right now that just came up. So Synagogue having that preferential positioning for the total, and we see Absolution going to the back line, just harassing. He actually commits that final slash and gets three, but the AOG lands, but that is actually immune by the Minoan Fury, and there's just so much chaos going on right now with the Yin
Oh my
Yang
God!
ults committed
That's a
left,
nice lance
right,
right there.
and center. And I don't even know what happened, but all I can see is that there are three bodies on the ground in front of me right now from Xenagogue, and just pull are falling from the side of Fluffies. So that is a one for free trade. I don't even know who got the total. Emmy, do you by any chance spot who got the total during that scuffle?
Yeah, it was the lance, and I would like to point out that they need to watch out for this guy. Even though he's farming right now, he's trying to get his items, and once he does actually get all these items, it's going to be a menace. I don't know how they're going to deal with him. Probably. Oh, final slash missed. All right,
Looks like
Absolution is able to
Absolution.
defend that turret. Go on, Steve.
Yeah, right now that fight was absolutely a visual spectacle. with the
Mhm.
amount of AoE skills that we're procking up there. Sometimes we love this game, and sometimes it can be beautiful when you watch fights like that. But yeah, it's just like you're saying, this Lance is actually performing very well. Even against Xenagogue, who are being very oppressive right from the early game. He's been able to secure those turtles with all the CC and with all the damage. But look at the blood going to go on to Big Face in the backline. The Grand
Oh,
Phoenix
Hero
falling
on
will
red
hold
team's
him
turret
down.
has been
But
slain.
it's actually going to be a kill onto Kuna as well. The two
whoa,
Oh,
mages on the both teams falling.
I don't
okay.
know what Face was doing, but that was a bit of a mispositioning. They are trying to collapse here on Toby.
Yeah, Toby.
Atete coming in here to regen. All right, everyone falls back and they leave the EXP lane to Oli Crystal. I don't know if he's going to be able to defend against three people. We have him using his ult here to clear the minions, and he's able to successfully defend. And Toby got
Red
almost
team
stunned in the
turret has
turret,
been
but she
destroyed.
was able to escape with a flicker. We have a flicker coming in from Super CN to engage on Toby. He is still able to regen. I am offended coming in. Oh my god, this is beautiful.
Blue team's hero has
Indeed,
been
it's beautiful
slain.
indeed. We
Exactly.
see that Fury of the Phoenix actually committed
Ooh.
and the blood owed to the back line. But Atete gets caught by the steel bones under the turret and he does his best to
Red
regen, but
team's
he
hero
doesn't
has
quite
been
get out
slain.
alive. And that final slash onto Puller from
Double kill.
Absolution. And we have Nero coming in with the Thorn Rose and the
Hero
Puncture,
has been
but he
slain.
doesn't have enough to take down the three beasts in front of him.
Woo!
Absolution just dashing left, right, and center. And he actually
Ah,
tries to make a
he
prediction
misses
with
that.
that final slash, but he gets
Triple
outplayed with that Thorn Rose, the puncture, and then the phantom execution by Nero. I mean, Emmy, you
Blue
actually
team's
called it.
turret has
They
been
really, really need to
destroyed.
pay attention to this Lancelot.
This is micro gameplay at its best, man. You have to appreciate this. You have to understand this is peak Mlbb coming from the Nigerian team, man. We have an engage coming in here. Oh,
Oh my god, there is so much the blowout being committed on Holy Crystal actually surviving this with a silver of
Blue
HP,
team's
but
hero
Toby in the
has
back
been
line
oh,
slain.
securing that kill onto him. It looks like it's gonna be Kun that does secure that Lord. The, the Puller trying his best here with the steel bones, but oh, the I am
Triple
offended coming on
kill.
to Puller. It's a triple kill for Toby. Nero in the back line trying his best, but he does secure his red buff. While Xenagogue claimed 3 of his team members.
we have Absolution here completely zoning Big Face from clearing the mid wave that is coming to the mid turret. And they are going to be able to take the outer turret of this mid here.
Blue
And we have
team's
Last and
turret
Lord
has
just,
been
just farming around the
destroyed.
map. And we have Toby engaging here on Holy Crystal, completely bullying. I am offended, completely misses.
Blue team's
Yeah,
turret has been
I think they
destroyed.
should actually be saving their skills for the Lord push coming down bottom right now. They are committing way too much just to get some pokes on Holy Crystal. But either way, the
Ooh,
Lord
Team's
charges
ooh.
and we
turret
see
has
Toby
been
actually
destroyed.
flickering into the midst of three and then followed by the
Blue
Blood
team's
Oath and the
hero
Minoan
has
Fury
been
and the
slain.
Fury of the
Blue
Phoenix
team's
all
hero
committed
Ooh.
all
has
at
been
once and then that
destroyed.
final
Has
slash
been
under
slain.
the tower. That's two heroes taking down from Fluffies right now and Xenagogue are really
Double
pushing into that
kill.
base
Oh,
trying to end it,
oh,
but they may have
Red team's
overestimated their
turret has
abilities a
been
bit
slain.
too much. As Super Saiyan
Triple
comes in
kill.
with
this
the Infernal
obvious,
Pursuit,
man.
but it's just not enough.
Not
Rename card is
enough.
too
It's not
tanky.
enough.
Atete has way too
Red
much
team's turret
regen,
has been
and
slain.
the Celestial Armament from Zetian and the Lockdown CC from
Victory.
Ruby is just enough
My
to
goodness.
secure that game 2 for Xenago. So that's the 2-0 clean sweep from Xenago, sending Fluffies to the lower brackets.
I think we have to give props to both teams here. Actually, I would actually like to give more to Fluffy. They really try to hold on, but the sustain and the damage coming in from Xenago was way too much. I mean, we have a damage Ruby here. A rename card was on the alleys that was dealing incredible damage and incredibly being sustained by the Minotaur coming in from Atete. And we have just micro beautiful skills gameplays coming in from Absolution and Kun and Nero, and this was actually a very interesting match to cast. Probably one of the best that we've had this tournament.
I
And I would
must
like to
break
point
the
out
code.
that we'll be having more of this in our next streams. And yeah, this was really a really nice match. Fluffy will be going down to the lower bracket to face. I don't know who is in the lower bracket for them to face right now. Probably NCZ or some other squad. But yeah, any last comments coming in from you, Davies?
Before I give my last comment, I actually want to hear what Stu has to say because KD are actually
Thank
also
you
in
for.
the lower bracket, so he could also be one of the opponents that Fluffies will go up against.
I think
I would say that
okay,
this
is there?
match is Yeah, I would say that this match was nothing short of an absolute visual spectacle. I have no other words other than that. I would say that I would also say that Holy Crystal didn't, he wasn't the world's bravest fighter in this match. He was a fighter but not very brave. Well, Big Face coming in with a 6.5 rating on that E. I still believe that Lunox would have been better, but I can't say that Lunox would have fared better versus this absolute should I say cancer of a draft coming in from Xenagogue. They just have
Yeah,
way too much damage and way too much CC. That is coming from their side, and yeah, the CC from the low E did help for them to to fare and manage against all of that. But yeah. So just not enough damage in terms of a tank killer. But yeah, it was a great game. It was a nice one to watch. I'm
yeah.
always
Stu, you seem
watching.
to break. Okay, all right. You're breaking up a bit there, but I think we got most of what you were trying to say. So indeed, kudos to both teams, and once again, this sadly is the end of today's matchup. But tomorrow we'll be here bringing you much more spectacles, just like Stu said, to witness and behold. But until then, it's over and out from us. And also, don't forget, Stu is always watching you guys from your bedroom window. So if you haven't liked and subscribed already, do well to do that just before you head out. So I think we can all call it in nines right now. So goodbye and good luck to each and every one of you.